What's up, everybody? What's up, Twitch? What's up, twitch.tv/the Trident Network? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in, joining us live on Twitch or in the future on the podcast version of this episode. However you are deciding to take this in, thank you for taking it in. We appreciate your attendance. Whether it's your first time or your sixth or seventh time, who knows? Who knows what number episode this is? So someone knows. And if anybody would know, it would probably be our technical support. Say what's up to her in the chat right now. It's Val Agnew. Hi, Val.
Hello. I do not know what episode it is, actually.
I think it's 7.
That sounds right.
It's either 6 or 7. I know it's not 8, and I know it's not 5, but I don't know. You know, I have it all written down somewhere, but it's not immediately in front of me, so I can't share that at this time. How's it going, Val?
Oh, I'm great. I'm excited for tonight.
Oh, me too. We have a great guest, one of my best friends in the whole world. But before we bring him on, a couple reminders. First, if you are not subscribed to the Trident Network Twitch channel, which is what you are currently watching it on, you can do so now by hitting the subscribe button that is somewhere down here below me. Correct, Val?
Yes, that quarter.
And also, if you happen to be a Amazon Prime member, you can subscribe to this channel for free. Is that correct, Val?
That is correct, and I have put a link of how to do that in the chat.
In the chat. Wow, very cool. Also, if you're in the chat, feel free to throw out any questions in the second half of the show. If you, if something pops into your mind, Val will relay that to me and my guest, who I will talk about now. This show is I Love Improv with Trent Dozier. I'm Trent Dozier. I love improv. We're going to do some improv and then talk about improv. And my guest this week also loves improv. And before I heap praise on him, why don't we just bring him onto the screen right now, please, in the chat. Please welcome my guest this week, one of my best friends in the whole world, the other half of my Improv team, 10 Impeller, world famous. Please welcome Cam Herdt.
Oh no, I didn't change his name.
Wow, this is an honor.
Hold, please.
It's a mistake and an honor.
Wait, that's not your name either.
Oh my god! Okay,
I did it.
If you're watching or if you're listening to this on the podcast in the future, last week's guest was Zoe Agapinon, who we love. And when Val brought Cam onto the screen said Zoe Agapinon instead of Cam Herdt. But that's been adjusted.
Because normally we walk through the whole show with the guest. And so I change it when we walk through the show. But Cam watches the show, so we didn't do a walkthrough.
Ironic.
This is my fault.
Yes, I blame you.
It's ironic that the big failing was you being a supportive friend.
That's true.
Cam, how's it going, buddy?
I'm good. I'm bummed that Zoe's not here, but I'm good.
Yes. If you want to hear our episode with Zoe, wherever you get your podcast, go back and listen to it. It was very fun. Zoe had me laughing in our improv scene, which hopefully Cam can do as well. Right now, if you're in the chat and you would like to start throwing suggestions out for the scene Cam and I are going to do, please feel free to do so. Keep in mind that here on I Love Improv with Trent Dozier, we like the suggestion to be kind of the layout of what you want the scene to be as opposed to one word. So, for example, instead of the suggestion of microphone, we would like the suggestion of Cam is a microphone salesman and Trent is a lonely schoolboy trying to buy a microphone. That's the example I use every week. I just change the object that's for sale. Anyways, so something specific would be great. And if you are not familiar with me or Cam, maybe this brief conversation we're about to have might help inform a suggestion you might want to make for the scene. With all that being said, Cam, I'm going to tell you what I love about you as an improviser. Does that sound good, buddy?
Oh, it sounds the best.
Great. Cam, I have done, I'm sure there are some people who know this listening or watching, but for those of you who don't know, I have done more improv with Cam than any other human on the planet. And it's been my privilege and honor to do so. The majority of it has been as the previously mentioned two-prov team, Ten and Peller, often confused with Penn and Teller, but the only magic we create is between each other doing improv. I think I've done so many shows with you, Cam, because I love to improvise with you, and I love to improvise with you because you're just like a good person, first and foremost. Despite all, before any improv skills come in, as a human being, you are someone who I'm happy to know and I'm happy to be around. And so that automatically makes me just want to play with you more. Number one. Number two, you, like me, just love to have a silly little good time on stage. You know, you're not worried about doing everything technically correct. You're worried about yourself having a good time and the audience having a good time. And, you know, I'm all about that as well. And I feel like because you have such a fun, carefree, let's kick ass vibe, I think that's very easy for me to get along with. And one of the reasons why I like to play with you. Technically speaking, improvisationally, you are a great listener. You care what information is given to you by other teammates, and that is always appreciated. And you never, I think a lot of people can bail on stuff, and you don't bail on stuff. In fact, I would say oftentimes you double down on bad decisions and go, not necessarily your bad decisions, my bad decisions. And you are very supportive of me at all times and of the world we're building and all those things. And that's why I love to improvise with you. Cam, how do you feel about all that? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Oh my God, that was so nice, buddy. That was really nice. Yeah, I think that's why what you said about just wanting to have a good time, that's why we clicked. I think when I first started wanting to do improv, I was very technical, but you helped me just be like, let's just have a good time and kick some ass. So yeah, I think that fits.
Good. I'm glad. Love rocking and rolling with you. So now we're going to do a little improv. So if you have a suggestion you'd like to throw in the chat, please do so now. As always, there's about a 20-second delay between what I am saying and what the chat is hearing. So Val, we can wait around and wait a couple seconds, let the time tick by. If we don't have a suggestion, of course, typically we would get one from Val. However, Val, I will say I do have a texted in suggestion if there's not one in the chat. So how are we looking?
So far, nothing. So your text might be the suggestion today. Can I ask who it's from?
You know who it's from, baby. It is Nia D'Amelio, composer of the theme song for I Love Improv with Trent Dozier, and my lover.
Okay.
As I said on the episode with Zoe, Nia is a former guest of the show and my current lover. So
there's something about the term lover.
Well, yeah, I just love that you use lover.
Love to love, baby. Peace and love, Ringo Starr. Okay, Val.
Oh, wait, we've got a couple suggestions.
Oh,
great.
Uh-oh.
Perfect. Sorry, Nia.
Okay. Oh, we have one whole suggestion that was created by two people, one building on another.
Oh, that's the spirit of improv.
Yes.
Improv in the chat?
Improv in the chat. So
let's hear it.
Marcus Day Hooray said security guards at a turtle convention. Oh. And then Emma Smith said at a store called Ye Sand.
Yeah.
Ye Sand. Okay.
Ye Sand.
Yeah.
So we're security guards at Ye Sand.
Right. And there happens to be a turtle convention.
A turtle convention at Ye
Sand. Yes.
Great. Thank you, Marcus Day Hooray. Thank you, Emma. Cam, you ready to rock, buddy?
I'm ready to rock, buddy.
Here we go.
Pretty Pretty light work out here, huh?
This is when you got to keep your eyes peeled, though. It's when it's quiet like this.
Oh, have you done conventions like this before?
Yeah. Oh no, and I've done this one.
You've done turtles before?
every year, buddy.
Wow.
Turtles. These people are not fucking around. Okay, so I know that everything's moving slow around here. I think that people think that it's going to be a chill crowd, but these people can get out of hand.
Okay. I mean, we've been here for 5 hours already, and I haven't really had to do anything. So, like I said, light work. See, this is easy for me. It's an easy task for me.
This is is it your first year? Is this your first year just coming into Yay Sand?
Yeah, this is my first time at Yay Sands.
Okay, then that makes a lot of sense.
Is it Yay Sands? I thought it was Yee Sands.
It's Yay Sands. It's actually spelled Yay. Yeah, it's spelled Yee Sands, but they said Yay.
Yeah, because it's spelled Yeee Sands. But that's Yay Sands.
No, yeah. No, yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Okay. Hey,
it's
you would
Yay
know.
Sand.
If you've been doing turtles at Yay Sands for however long, and you would know more than I would. I
didn't forget what it's called.
I'm not saying you did. I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying, claiming ignorance on my part, as I assumed because I sounded it out phonetically, but that was my bad, Either way, any way you slice it or dice it, this has been light work. You got proof that it's been hard in the past? Said these people get crazy.
Right there. God. You see that?
Yeah, is that a tattoo of Barry Manilow?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's Barry Manilow. It's early Manilow. You can see the early hair on him.
You can see his hair.
It's not today Manilow, but yeah, that's a tattoo that I got after the first one.
Did the Barry Manilow tattoo have some significance to the?
You bet your ass.
Oh, well, what was it?
Yeah.
Don't leave me hanging, brother.
I don't like to revisit the day, to be honest. This is more of a memorial of the people we lost than anything.
Oh my God, did people die?
People. My best friend died. Yeah.
Oh my God. I didn't mean to.
No. That's the job.
No, I didn't mean to bring it up. I mean, I would love to hear the story. I know it's gonna make you sad, but I would love to hear it. But I'm sorry for wading into this territory. I will say though, I would love to hear the story.
All right, I can tell you.
Yeah, I would love that.
I could tell you the story about how I lost my friend Barry that day.
Wait, are you talking about? I'm sorry. Are you talking about Barry Manilow?
Well, Barry Manilow's alive.
Yeah, right? So it could.
He's alive, and he happens to be named the same name as my friend Barry that I lost that day. But it was right around the 5th hour. It was right around like it is right now.
Okay.
And we just took a break. We just decided we wanted to. I don't know. Take a load off. It had been a long day.
Were you allowed to take a break at that time, or were you taking like an unsanctioned break?
Man, brother, I was taking breaks the whole day. I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
We haven't taken a break once.
Exactly. I don't take breaks anymore.
Oh, okay.
Last time I took a break, I lost my friend Barry. That was the first year we did this.
Okay.
Look at that. That's a memorial to my friend Barry.
But that's Barry Manilow. That's not your friend.
It's a memorial to my friend Barry.
Right, but
I lost that day.
Maybe I'm confused because you have gotten not very deep into the story at all.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
We're like in the foreword. We're not even in like chapter 1. But I guess I don't understand why the memorial to your friend Barry, who is not Barry Manilow.
Not Barry Manilow. He's alive.
Why the tribute is then Barry Manilow.
Well, if you want to know, that's.
I would love to know. I'm begging you.
I'm sorry. Am I frustrating you with my tale of my friend passing
on? I'm sorry. Yep, you're right. I'm sorry. That is absolutely out of line for me.
You know how many times I've tried to tell this story? and no one wants to listen to it. That's my best friend that died. And it's a great story. It happened at a turtle convention where, we're taking a break. We're 15 minutes in, but I can't ever get past that part of the story with people because for some reason, people don't like the way I tell the story.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, I'm absolutely on pins and needles, begging to hear the rest of this. So please continue.
So it's just me and Barry. We step out back, take a 15-minute break. Barry smokes. And when I say he smokes a lot, okay? This guy smokes, chain smokes.
He smoked.
He smoked, well, yeah, he smoked. Because he died. I mean, the last time I saw him was first year we ever did this convention.
Right.
He died that day. I got him a tattoo memorializing him right here.
I wish I didn't interrupt. Keep going.
I wish I could keep going.
Oh my God.
Guy was my best friend.
So
he's just kind, He was just a kind guy.
How did he die? How did he die?
He died caring.
That's bullshit.
A lot.
That's not an answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I mean, how did he literally die?
Is my story of my best friend Barry who died to Barry Manilow while Barry Manilow was playing over the loudspeakers in the store as he died, as I watched him die? Oh, now you're interested in the story again.
I've never not been interested.
Bullshit.
No, I've never not been interested in the story. How did he come to be deceased?
From caring a lot.
Okay, but what was the cause of death, medically speaking?
Okay, the medical cause of death was turtle asphyxiation. I don't know how to say it. Okay, it's turtle asphyxiation.
Turtle asphyxiation. Oh no, I can't say it.
Oh, is it funny?
I can't.
Is it funny how my friend Barry died?
Wait, okay, so I just would like to.
Turtle asphyxiation is really hard to say.
Okay, so can I ask a clarifying question?
Sure.
Did he get choked to death by a turtle, or did he choke on a turtle? Oh, don't cry. I'm sorry.
I just get, when I think about it, I see it, and he died by choking on a turtle, no shell.
Okay.
He was being smothered by turtles. We were surrounded on all areas, okay? I slipped away. Barry got himself in the corner and just said, run, go. That's the last thing I ever heard out of Barry. As Barry Manilow played over the loudspeakers, the leader, and when I say the leader, I mean the leader of the turtles, was like, this ends now. And
the turtle spoke English?
It said, this ends now.
Oh my God.
And it did. He jumped out of his shell, crawled right down Barry's throat. Oh. Crawled directly down his throat. I watched it happen. Oh. Sacrificed himself for his cause. Oh. And I lost my friend that day. I took 1 year off, and I've been back every year since to avenge his death.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done this before.
Yes.
This ain't my first rodeo, man.
I'm sorry I've questioned you.
Right there.
Yes, I see the tattoo of Barry Manilow. I didn't mean to force you into reliving that trauma. I would be remiss if I didn't ask why they keep putting on this convention if all the turtles broke out during the first one and at least one person died. Why are we still doing this?
Greed.
This
Greed.
Turtles is a big moneymaker for Yay Sans.
They don't care that someone died. That didn't make the news. All they care about is that every turtle got what they wanted that day. And the best turtle was given a blue ribbon. That's all that people give a shit about. No one knows about my friend Barry.
What? Nobody knows Barry died?
No one even gives a shit except for me.
So are you a medical doctor then? Or how did you get the medical breakdown? How did you get the medical breakdown of...
I watched a turtle crawl down my friend's throat, bud. That's all the medical breakdown I needed to know. And if you're a good partner, you'll make sure that doesn't happen to me today.
Well, it's been pretty light work so far. So I think, yeah, I've been a pretty good partner.
Yeah, I think you've been great. I'm just telling you why you need to stay alert.
Okay. Okay, I'm on my toes. Everything seems good over here.
Got any war stories?
You say got any ink or got any war stories?
I got any war stories, but if you got any ink, I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
I got some.
Are you saying you have others besides the Barry Manilow, or?
No, I get the Barry Manilow one. It's right here.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen your ink. I've heard your war story.
Yeah.
Well, you might have noticed I'm missing my right foot.
I noticed that when you came in.
Thank you for not saying anything. I did lose that in an accident. I was born with both my feet. But there was an incident. I've got some more stories of my own. You could say working security locally, but not really at liberty to say because I lost my best friend that day.
Oh my God. Did you know that I also lost my best friend?
I've heard the story, Barry. He got choked out by a turtle from the inside out.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you the story, even though you're not asking. I used to work at the San Diego Zoo.
Oh, I love the San Diego Zoo.
I used to love the San Diego Zoo.
What happened?
I was working in the turtle section, and my best friend in the whole world was named Michelangelo. He was one of the turtles. He's like one of those big, like dinosaur turtles that are like, whoa, these guys still exist, but they don't move very fast. So anyways, I'm in there working with Michelangelo, and, all the other turtles are running around doing their thing, and me and Mike are playing. We're kind of wrestling around, roughhousing. And then two of the other turtles, Donatello and Leonardo, all the turtles in the turtle area were named after famous turtles in history. So anyways, Leonardo and Donatello start fighting each other. And, at first they're just kind of like yelling back and forth. And you can tell.
As they'll do.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you've seen turtles communicate.
Turtles talk shit with the best of them.
Yeah. So that's happening. And then a third turtle named Jerry Ferrara comes in. And Jerry Ferrara gets on Donatello's side. So now Jerry and Donnie are yelling at Leo, and Michelangelo is like really good friends with Leonardo, so he's trying to get over there, but he's a turtle, he's very slow, and Michelangelo is bigger than all the other turtles. All of a sudden Jerry Ferrara pulls a knife out of his shell, and he's like, we doing this? And so now there's like a huge kind of turtle fracas, but it's like literally in slow motion because they're turtles, they can't move very fast.
Of course, yeah.
So I'm desperate. Like I can see where this is going. This situation is going south quick. And I'm just like, Michelangelo, please don't go. And, I'm holding him back. But he's like twice the size of me. He's a giant, like dinosaur turtle. So he's slowly crawling that way. And he's just like, get off me. Let me go, get in the fight. I'm the biggest one. I can squash this. And I'm like, no, let all the other let this be settled peacefully. Now at this point, Leo is on his back. He's being stabbed. We're seeing turtle on turtle homicide being committed. And so I'm trying to pull Michelangelo back. He pushes me off and bites my right foot clean off. And I'm just like, oh no. I'm sad. I'm sad about the betrayal of the friendship, but also, now I've lost one of my two working feet. And at this point, the local zoo sniper, which every zoo has a sniper in case, yeah, you're familiar. Every zoo has a sniper in case the animals go wild. Bam, just one shot. Because once there's animal on human crime, like the animals could kill each other all day, but once a human who works at the zoo gets hurt, then it's all over. So anyways, he sniped him right out of the. So Michelangelo, died that day, and so did Leonardo, and then it was just horrible. Obviously the San Diego Zoo shut down now. That's pretty famously got shut down after that incident. Unlike you and Barry, like everyone kind of heard about this one, and so then I kind of was slithered back into a life of security once I was able to get a new foot fashioned on there, and yeah, it's hard.
I'll tell you what, I appreciate you sharing your story with me about your friend. And as long as I'm, your partner, I'm going to make sure that nothing ever happens to you or any of your other friends. Okay.
Great. Oh no!
Oh!
No, the turtles have shurikens. They're throwing them. Oh. Okay, that's the scene.
Oh my god.
Can you hear me?
I think are you still there, Cam? There he is.
Can you hear us now, Cam?
Uh-oh.
What?
Cam lost his headphones when he got hit with the throwing star. Hit with the throwing star to the throat there.
Worth it.
I mean, I gotta be honest. You made the move about 2 or 3 seconds before I would have, but I feel like typically when Cam and I do a scene or a show or something, it does end in a gruesome, unrealistic murder scene.
We've slit some throats in our day.
Oh my god, the number of throats that we've slit is innumerable. Oh well, that was a lot of fun.
It was very fun. I haven't done Zoomprov with you in a while, buddy. But
I know.
Man, that was so much fun.
Always love letting you just kind of tell a story in the middle of a show, and I love we are both, I feel like we identify a game with each other immediately, and it was fun that I feel like the normal impulse would be like you tell your story and I'm going to keep interrupting you, but you telling the story, we're just interrupting yourself, and it was fun for me to get worked up being like, but I want to know what happened. Always fun to subvert the game.
Yeah, I also love just like kind of that moment when you were like telling me about your friend. I was like clearly just like not hearing, not gonna not get off the fact that I lost a friend and that I have a tattoo memorializing him. And then you're like, well, I'm gonna tell you the story. Because that's just how that's gonna go with that guy, I guess.
Yeah.
It was very clear that you are comfortable enough with each other that silences don't bother you at all. There were a lot of pauses, but they weren't uncomfortable pauses. They were just like natural, like what would actually happen in a conversation. Yeah. Especially between two people who don't know each other that well.
Oh yeah. When Trent and I talk, we barely speak.
A lot of nods.
It's a lot of meaningful pauses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Cam, tell me if you agree with me. I feel like you do, and I feel comfortable answering for you before even letting you answer because of how many improv shows we've done together. But both of us are very comfortable with silence on stage, number one, and number two. I feel like we both feel like it's an underutilized tool in improv in general, and also a huge tool in our toolkit when we are improvising together. The ability to just kind of sit in that, whether it's positive or negative, or just kind of let the energy build in the room organically, like especially with the audience, I feel like is a super underrated thing that I think another reason why I love performing with you is because a lot of people are so uncomfortable sitting in that. And I think, you know, a lot of it is because we are so comfortable off stage together that we are comfortable, you know, sitting in silence in real life. That sitting in silence on stage is easy for us. But I feel like we as a unit and you individually do a great job of taking advantage of that.
Thanks. Yeah, I feel like when I see teams or like a two-prov or even like a stand-up use a lot of like silence within their set and like build tension that way, it's always like I'm never like, oh no, they've got nothing. I'm usually like, oh, this is like a pretty confident, like they don't mind standing on stage and not receiving anything. Or yeah, I mean, I usually like that. And I think that when you're starting to perform, you have to fill every moment because you're just like you know. But I like when we can get to a point of like silence, because I usually feel like, I mean, you're thinking the same thing as me, like this is building for something.
I also think that's a great way to put it, of silence being a confidence move. I don't think I've ever heard it articulated like that, but I really like that, because it's, you know, I feel like when you are a rookie improviser first starting out, you want to fill all the space because you are so nervous and, you know, just lacking that confidence. But once you settle in and become a more veteran improviser, you can see that, or stand up or whatever medium you're using silence to your advantage. And I think it's totally right. It just shows such a supreme amount of confidence that you don't need every second to be filled. Because in reality, when you are on stage, whether you're saying something or not, every second is being filled. It's not fully, you know, auditory, unless you're listening on a podcast. But like when you're watching improv live in person, you have the physical aspect, you have the audio aspect, and then you also have like the people on stage, and then also, if the team's big enough, the teammates on the sideline, and, you know, the audience is a team member essentially. And so there's all these different things vying for your attention, and, you know, being silent is usually a great move.
And it's not like there's an abundance of improvisers who stay silent. It's you. Unfortunately, it's everyone likes to talk a lot, and then like if you don't get a laugh, unfortunately the move, you know, like often is just to like keep talking and talking until you find
you didn't like that, well, do you like this one? You didn't like that, well, let me try and dig myself out of it.
It's I love watching people just like, you know, especially after something doesn't go well, like sit in it for a second, be like, okay.
Okay. Have to figure it out.
I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but since doing a lot more Zoom prov, I haven't been like, now that I've been doing in-person shows, I don't need the laugh as much, because I've gotten so accustomed to not hearing any response whatsoever. Do you have that experience at all?
Totally.
It's really like freeing, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, especially at like some of those shows at Logan Square Improv, like, you know, those audiences are psyched to be back, and so sometimes you're getting laughs on stuff and you're like, oh, okay. And it's just like, I remember like almost feeling like it was like a buoy in our old life, like you had to get to a laugh to feel okay, and now it's just kind of like nice, like if you guys want to laugh, that's great. We're gonna be doing
we're doing this for us. You can enjoy it if you want.
It's almost like, oh, cool, nice.
I've only done one show in front of an audience since the pandemic, so I'm not qualified to answer that question yet. We'll see.
You did 10 million before the pandemic.
And I needed the laughs. They fueled me.
Trent, I don't feel like you were ever the type of person to go for a laugh like that.
No, thank you, Val. First of all, I appreciate that. Second of all, you are totally correct, because I feel like by the time I got to Chicago, I had done improv for 5 years in California, predominantly short form stuff. And I think we talked about this on the Ariel episode of the show a little bit, but like I am more than happy to be the person, especially in a short form game, to step out first there and just kind of eat shit for everybody. Because I know that while the first thing I come up with might not be the funniest thing, I'm confident in myself at that point, that I can do something funny later, and it'll all, tie back around. But yeah, I don't. I haven't been nervous for any type of improv show in a long time. I've just done so many that I feel like I know what to expect now, and it's the unexpected, baby. Improv's unscripted.
Val, have you been nervous for any of your in-person shows at all?
No. I really have like, I don't know. I told you guys this, I think, like earlier in the pandemic, but I feel like during this time, I really have started to improvise for the right reasons.
Yeah.
And because of that, I've both become a better improviser, and also I don't need the validation. I'm just like enjoying being with my teammates and having a good time. And I've now done long form and short form shows in person. And because I hadn't done any long form during like online or during the lockdown at all. So I was curious what was going to happen. And it was the same. It felt the same as like doing the short form stuff. Like I just feel really liberated by this whole experience, which I know is not what everybody's experience is, but it's definitely been
that's
mine.
good though.
Yeah.
Well, you did kind of mention it, but I was going to follow up and ask. So you feel like having to do Zoom improv for a year has made you a better in-person improviser?
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah, because I think that like I said just a second ago, I think I was doing it kind of for the wrong reasons. Like I was doing it for some kind of validation from the audience, right?
Yeah.
And you're never gonna be a good improviser if that's what you're trying to get. Especially because as an early improviser, you are performing for no one. So you are not going to get a lot of response anyway. And now I find joy in like coming up with wacky characters. I feel like my style has changed. Like I used to be much more of like a head player, and now I'm not always an X Factor by any means, but I definitely can like pull out the weird thing that like breaks the scene, and I have so much fun doing that. And I don't think I would have ever gotten to that place if it weren't for this time, which I like feel weird about, but at the same time I'm very grateful, and it's been really fun.
That's great. What are there you mentioned kind of transitioning yourself from a head player to an X Factor. Are there 3 archetypes or 4? I can think
3
of
that I'm aware of. Yeah, heart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Head,
those
heart,
are the
and
3.
X. Yeah.
Head, heart, and X. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I would love to be a heart player, but I'm too heady for that. So I can jump straight to like crazy person, but the heart player is not my style.
Hey, not everybody can be everything, and that's okay. That's why, the best teams have people of the multiple archetypes.
Totally.
Cam, I feel like another reason I like to play with you is because I feel like you, depending on the day, one of the 3 will lead you, but I feel like you can lean into any of the 3 at any time.
I was just I was thinking about me while you guys were talking. And I was thinking like I like to think of myself as a heart player, but I think that there's been a couple of shows like since coming back where I've definitely been like more of an X Factor for like in those little hero shows. I guess it for me it depends on like the team I'm playing with and like what I'm doing. Like I always felt like when I was in like my normal rotation in Chicago, Trent, like I got to be a heart player all the time with you.
Yeah.
And I could like lead with that, and I knew that I was eventually gonna be able to pop in and play other characters and stuff. But like, when I was playing with Cactus or with Little Heroes, like, part of the things of the improv community is like sometimes you know, a lot of people are missing from your team, and like so your team has a very different look week to week, and so I feel like sometimes I would have to like pick and choose. Like tonight I think I'm gonna have to be a little bit more this or that. But now I guess I don't know. I don't really know.
Well, actually, now that I said what I said, I think you are more both heart and X factor than head, and I think I am too. I don't think either of us are very like heady players. I think we're both smart people, but I don't think we are like, you know, there's some improvisers who will just literally stand there and just like, here's going to be the smartest thing you've ever heard, and it's going to be very funny, and it's going to destroy you. But there's no heart to their play, no physicality to their play, no character to their play, you know? And sometimes that can be very funny. A lot of times it is, especially people who are doing it well. There's people who are really good at that in Chicago, but there definitely was a point pre-pandemic, probably a year or two before the pandemic, where it felt like a lot of teams at IO were just like, here's our opening where we're all going to stand around and talk to each other and try and outsmart each other. Now here's the scene of two people trying to outsmart each other. Now here's a scene of two people trying to outsmart each other. Now here's a scene of two people trying to outsmart each other. For the game slot, we're going to be all 10 of us trying to outsmart. And it just was like, I feel like kind of our generation brought a little, injected a little bit of psychotic energy back into the scene.
I was going to say silliness. For sure.
Yeah.
It definitely became trendy to like have a meta experience during every show where it was like, isn't what we're doing so stupid? Isn't this dumb? Wooshy wooshy. Yeah. Like that felt like every show for like 3 years was just that.
Yeah.
Like better than it. Like
right, exactly.
A little bit better than it, which is ridiculous. You know,
right. You're like, doing it. Do you know how many people would kill for your spot? If you don't like what you're doing, go.
Like imagine if you saw someone like playing like in the NBA, like sarcastically.
Right.
They're like
lay up.
Fucking whatever. All right, chest pass.
Okay, Ben Simmons.
And I do think that also kind of like bastardized the concept of a head player, because like what I think of, what it was explained to me, and this is how I think of myself as a head player, is like not so much like the referential thing, but more like constantly thinking of the show structure. That's
what I was thinking too. Like people who can like put us right back to
like
Zoe is a great head player. She leads with her heart, but she will make sure the show comes together at the end. I think Cam, now that I'm thinking about it, you're great at making sure stuff comes back around and making your show, instead of feel like a set, feel more like a piece, you know?
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I try really hard to do that. I don't think I do that.
Someone's got to do it on our team, and it's not usually me.
You're pure heart.
Trent's all heart, baby. He's the heart of the heart.
Yeah.
What were you saying? Something, Cam? I was saying I was just doing like a workshop with someone recently, and I was like talking about how they were like doing improv stuff, and we were talking about how it's like start from a grounded place and like get to know each other, and then you can like blow out the world from there and like get a little crazier and stuff, and feel free to go meta from there, but like start from a grounded place first. And the guy, who's super nice guy, he's just never ever been critical to me at all, was just like, I don't really think that you and Little Heroes does that. Yeah. he's like, I think you guys pretty much like kind of fly off the handle like right away. And I was like, well, I'm not saying I do it. I'm saying you should do it.
I will say, I think that is that's kind of a classic example of something that we've talked about every single week on this show for the 6 or 7 to be determined at a later date number of episodes that we've done so far. And that is that you learn the rules so you can then in the future break the rules. It's like if you're telling him to, go slow, start normal, and then build out the world from there. And he's like, that's not what you do though. But it's, he's someone who is in a workshop and, just starting out improvising.
I'm going to give you the guy's name. I'm going to give you the guy's name.
But, it's like you have to go through. You can't just, to go back to basketball, you can't just walk into the NBA and be a great player. You have to play for years and then play in high school and then play in college and then get drafted, maybe go to the G League, and then you're in the pros, and then still you have to fight for your spot. But once you're in the pros, it's like, a chest pass or a behind the back pass can be equally effective, but like Steph Curry should be making a behind the back pass against professional basketball players, and I should not be making a behind the back pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's put in the hours. Conversely, Steph Curry better start grounded in an improv scene.
Yeah. He's got
and I'll start off the wall. I'm sorry, Val, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that I think you both illustrated this exact concept in this scene because you're so comfortable with each other, and you're obviously so comfortable with improv in general that you just instantly started fucking with each other. Just like right out of the gate, we're just like pimping each other into like long monologues and like the whole bit with the tattoo. I mean, it was all just like, it was a pure like X Factor scene. Like, it was just X Factor, but it was so funny. And it worked because you know what you're doing and you know each other so well.
Oh, that's very nice, Val.
Yes.
That's a very nice compliment. Thanks.
Very nice. Val usually rips these scenes to shreds.
Yes.
So
everyone leaves crying usually.
I have some notes.
There will be no repeat guests because all of them afterwards have been like, wow, Val was very rude to me afterwards. And even though it was justified, I will not be. No, thank you.
Val is the Simon Cowell of improv.
That's right. Yeah. And just like Simon Cowell, I don't actually improvise. I just critique other people's stuff.
Oh, that's very funny. Was someone about to say something?
Nope.
No? Great.
No.
Okay. Just heard a little pause in my headphones.
Uh-oh. Is Trent going away?
No, I'm here. We'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up right now. Cam, this was great. Any final thoughts from you about the scene or improv in general, or I don't know, anything?
I love doing improv with you so much, man. If you're watching this or listening to this and you got a best friend and you're like, I would love to do some improv, but I don't want to be weird, do it. Be weird and ask them to do improv. It's so much fun. You get so much better, so much faster because you can fuck around with your buddy.
Great advice. It is very rewarding. It's very rewarding to play with people you like, but it's even more rewarding to do improv with someone that you have spent thousands of hours with, both on stage and
thousands of hours.
Thousands of hours. Great.
We've spent so much time together.
Oh, God.
Close personal friend. He's a close personal friend of mine.
Oh, God.
Classic. We try to end every episode with the guest doing a Trump impression, so that was really good. Good job, Cam.
I had so much fun on the show. You guys are great. Smash it.
Okay. That's enough of that.
Bye-bye.
If you are interested in subscribing to the Trident Network's Twitch channel, please do so, as we discussed before the improvisational started. Val, I think you're putting something in the chat right now.
I am indeed.
I think most days of the week, there's something streaming on the Trident Network's Twitch channel. Thursdays specifically are Improv Thursdays. I Love Improv with Trent Dozier is every other Thursday, and the weeks that we're off, the short form improv show Forgot to Mute is on every Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you're looking for some more short form fun, definitely check them out. They are a great group of improvisers. Ariel, who we discuss on this episode, who was a previous guest, is on that show. Mm-hmm. And then there's other stuff on the Trident Network Twitch channel all the time. And coming up between the top of the hour, wherever you are, what would that be? 7 p.m. between 7 and 7:15 Pacific, 9 and 9:15 Central, and 10 and 10:15 Eastern.
That's
Nailed
right.
it.
Good job.
We have a preview of a upcoming new Trident Network Twitch show called The Witching Hour, and the official debut of The Witching Hour will be in 2 weeks from now, after 2 weeks from now's episode of I Love Improv with Trent Dozier. Val, would you like to talk a little bit about the Witching Hour?
Sure. The Witching Hour is a sort of talk show, spooky, cerebral, spacey experience.
Love that.
You'll learn a lot about tarot and astrology, and just basically it's just a time to be like, have an out-of-body experience and enjoy yourself. They recommend coming with some of your own substances to join them with if you'd like. And it's just going to be a fun, chill time. And tune in a few minutes for a preview. We may or may not have a bunch of weird technical difficulties, but that's why it's a preview. And then we'll have a nice, smooth premiere in a couple weeks.
That's great. So yeah, stay tuned for that if that's something that interests you. Like I said, there's other shows being streamed on the Trident Network Twitch all the time. A bunch of, I think 3 or 4 new shows just got announced or are about to be announced.
Yeah.
And then of course, the Trident Network is 3-pronged, baby. We also got, in addition to live videos, there's some scripted videos. Dix, the first ever Trident Network web series, is currently in the middle of airing their first season. Episode 8 just came out. Give that a look-see. And also, of course, there is the podcast branch, which includes the podcast version of this show, I Love Improv with Trent Dozier. So if you love podcasts like I do, subscribe to this and, just go to thetridentnetwork.com. You can check out information on everything there. There's a bunch of cool merch, a bunch of new I Love Improv merch. Ooh, I gotta have to buy some I Love Improv merch, baby. Cam showing off his plain blue shirt. He bought that somewhere else.
Got it at Target.
Got it at Target, baby. And then I will wrap up by saying this. If you would like to follow Cam on Twitter, you can follow him at his name, at Cam Herdt. And also, Cam is currently in Wisconsin because he is sadly leaving Chicago, but happily moving to LA, where I am currently. But the only thing he would like to plug at this time, and I would also like to plug them, is Little Heroes, the team we discuss frequently. They perform every Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. in Chicago, Illinois at Logan Square Improv. If you are in Chicago, go to LSI. It's the best improv theater right now. It's popping off. It's great. Great shows all the time. It's tied with CIC for the other best improv theater. Those are my 2 favorite improv theaters. Go to those. Comedy Sports is also great. They're making a comeback. They've got a new physical space.
And Trent is going to be performing in Chicago tomorrow night. If you're watching this live.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this on a podcast, you missed me.
You did.
Sorry.
You missed it.
But I will be there Friday for the 7 p.m. show and the 8:30 p.m. show, doing improv, and then back to Cali, baby. Going back to Cali. Thanks everybody who tuned in. Thanks everybody listening on a podcast in the future. Thank you for the combination from Marcus DeHouray and Emma Smith for the suggestion for our scene. Thank you as always to Val Agnew, and thank you to our guest this week, Zoe Agapina.
It was so much fun.
Always grateful. And remember, I love improv!